All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Live on Facebook. Let me go check that out.
All right, you guys are a go.
Are we good to go?
Fathers and Finances is live.
All right. Welcome to another exciting show, Fathers and Finance. I'm one of the hosts. One of the four horsemen. I got Sir Isaac Crumbly in front of me. What's up, Isaac?
What's up, my brother? What's up? How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. I thought about rocking a sweater today. I want to do a turtleneck, so I think I'll do it next week.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to wear this for a minute, but
Yeah.
I figured today was the day.
You might as well, right? Right.
Right.
We got Mr. Marcus Crumbly. What's going on, Marcus?
Marcus
Crumbly.
Marcus Hunt.
See, I see y'all awake. See,
Yo, my name
You're
gets
awake.
screwed up
You're
every
awake.
Tuesday.
you're awake.
How y'all doing?
There you go. Mr. Hunt. Mr. Hunt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Mr. Hunt. How you doing today?
Doing good, man.
All right. And then we got Patrick, black tie gray. Look at him. What's up, man?
What's going on?
You look
Some more success. How
Hey,
y'all
Marcus.
doing?
Marcus, how you looking at?
What
Who's
happened?
he again?
Who, Pat?
Yeah.
I forgot who I said he was. I be tripping.
Mall
Security guard. Mall
Yeah.
security.
I stay trying to get at him though. Look, security of the world, Craig. Stop
What's
fighting.
going on, Patrick?
Top flight security of the world. That's who it is.
Hey,
Top flight.
somebody told me today, hit me up on my Facebook, said it looked like I'm giving out warrants. And I said, you're right. I'm giving out financial literacy warrants. We doing financial checkups on there, knocking on doors.
That's
I like
what's
that.
up. That's what's up. So guys, tonight we got a pretty hot topic tonight. Okay, tonight we're gonna talk about that that child support. When you and your sweetheart lay down, right, and y'all make that sweet wonderful baby, and things don't work out, and then somebody get put on that support. So child support is a big topic, and it has been a big topic for a long time, and there are people that support it, people that don't support it, but bottom line is it's out there, and so I figured, why not take this opportunity for the next hour to discuss the topic of child support, and not just about why it's out or good or bad, but more so how can those that are paying it, okay, whether they're forced to or whether they want to, how can they maximize, that support? Because at the end of the day, it should be about that child, okay? It should be about that child. So if we can help you guys maximize your child support and help this thing go far beyond 18 years, I think that's a good thing. What say you, Mr. Isaac?
Man, Trevor, when we were coming up with this topic, man, you and I both were talking about how this is just a huge barbershop conversation. I mean, man, first of all, we can't even discuss half the things we discuss about child support at the barbershop. I mean, that's number one. But number two, man, I mean, there have been so many different things, just wild and crazy and scandalous things that have gone on concerning people. I mean, first of all, I believe you should take care of your children, period. So if anybody that's on this call, we're talking about upright, stand-up guys, that if you create a baby that you're looking to take care of them. My wife, I told her, Trevor, I said, listen, when the children were small, I've got grown children now, but when the children were small, I said, man, if you leave me, understand, I will be at the house every day. So you can get a new man all you want to. He better know that I'm gonna be up in there every day. As soon as I get off work, what's up, baby? How you doing? Where the children at? You know what I'm saying? I need to get over there and holler at them. But part of that, man, is about making a good choice, in life. If you can't, if y'all not gonna be together. But the other part is making sure that you can do the most. Trevor, I'm gonna ask you this question. There's a friend of mine, very close friend of mine, that I grew up with. actually went to Florida A&M University with.
Go
He and I, it was a fellow Rattler. He and I are very tight. And I'm gonna ask you this because hopefully you can shed some light on it. He and I had children at the same time, our firstborn children at the same time. The difference is when he was with he wasn't married. The young lady that he got pregnant, she wanted to get married before the baby was born because she didn't want to have a baby out of wedlock. And he was like, I'm cool. I don't mind marrying you, but I don't want to rush the marriage. We still got things to work out. She flipped out. She got real upset. It was very clear that he was not going to marry her before the baby was born. She left. She just broke out. Man, she was gone. And she moved several states away. She made herself difficult to be found. And it was just a hard situation. So I mean, here's my brother that I went to FAMU with. She didn't even want him to be in the baby's life. And it took him a long time to try to find her and eventually, of course, get some sort of custody. But my question to you is, when you and I, without getting, that's just the personal experience that I know, but without getting into all the nitty gritty of the stuff that we've heard in the barbershop, how can a guy that really wants to be in the baby's life and is fighting with the mother, like she's making it difficult at every step for him to be involved, how can he provide something for the baby?
That's a great question. And first I want to say this. I want to say, when it comes to child support in this country, I think the stat is 50% of those that pay are women. Okay. And that's a big number in considering this country. So it's not just guys that are paying it, it's also females. And and the laws vary as far as how much you pay and what you pay. And just know this, child support is a bill that you cannot get away from if you're not even working. Okay. So if you're not working, you gotta still pay that bill,
Right.
And so it's something that if you don't pay it, you can go to jail. So, in cases where, parents are fighting, they can't find the child alive. So in my case, right, I have a daughter that's not my wife, and I ain't gonna say everybody do this, okay? But for me, I like, look, I ain't paying them damn child support. Okay, I ain't paying it. Okay, but I'm gonna take care of my child, right? And I made sure I did that, right? I was young still. I was a senior in high school. Okay, just graduated, right? And matter of fact, my daughter was born on the day I got my diploma. All right, so she was born that morning. That afternoon, her mother and I left the hospital, went back to the high school. Okay, limped across the stage. Okay, got my diploma, went back to the hospital. So the day I got my diploma is the day my best friend was born, my daughter. And I just knew in my head that I was gonna take care of her. So we didn't have to go through all that. But to answer your question, okay, if there's a case where the parents are at odds and one of the parents is keeping the father or the mother from seeing the child, and the parent still wants to support that child, okay, it's a great way to do it. And it's my number one thing. I call it the royal flush. It's an insurance policy, okay, better yet the IUL, okay, because if you want to definitely take care of your child and have that support go beyond the 18 years, okay, that IUL is a great vehicle for that, okay, because we'll get into this later, but one of the big topics about paying child support is not just how much are you paying, okay, but really what am I paying and where is it going, right? So if this money is going into this IUL, right, every month that, hey, this is taken care of, and if something happens, if for some reason, you and the child meet up at 18 or 21 or whatnot, you can say, hey, mama didn't want you in my life, or daddy didn't want you in my life. So here's what I did for us or for you. Okay. And you put that money in that IUL and watch it grow. And, considering, the factors, that could be a tremendous thing, probably even more than paying child support, because it goes a long, long way. It goes way beyond the 18 years of that child's life.
That's a big point, Trevor, because, so again, not to get too barbershop here, but you know how many times we've been in the barbershop and somebody, I want to know where that money's going, man. What is she doing with it? Like, how many times have you heard a guy come to the barbershop, pick this child up and was like, look at this boy. Look at this boy. These clothes is old as I don't know what. I'm paying child support. Look at these clothes. Look at these shoes. Look at he looks crazy, but his mama looks fine as I don't know what.
Yeah, she got the newest.
His mama looks bomb. His mama looks awesome. So that really, man, is key. The IUL, brother, I saw a family put, when a baby was born, man, I saw a family put away $200 a month in an IUL, man. And the girls, by the time the girl turns 18, this is like 2 or 3 years ago. So the projection was that by the time she turns 18, it's gonna be close to $300,000 in that thing, because the parents are paying off bills and adding more money to it.
And here's the cool thing, Isaac. They don't have to wait for 18 years, okay? Because that policy's earning money every year, okay? They have access to 2 sides of it, right? So if something happens where that child gets hurt, or that child needs a car or needs some clothes or whatever, there's that money in there, that's been growing and earning that compound interest. So you don't even have to wait the 18 years, okay? It's something that they can benefit now immediately and get that return. And I'm telling you, if you're someone that's paying that support, it's a good feeling to know that you're putting away, whatever you're putting away, okay? And I'm not saying all of it has to go into the IUL. A portion of it can, right? But to see that money grow, okay? Because there's always a time when something happens, okay? And I know plenty of us, they get this story, okay? It's been 5, 10 years, whatever, and here come a big bill that the mama needs you to pay, right? And all you've been paying is $500 a month, whatever you're paying per month, and that's breaking you, okay? Or that's all you could do. If you put that money into an IUL, right? 5-year growth, 10-year growth, and something come on, hey, I need $5,000 because Johnny need to broke his leg, or Johnny got to get some, and I ain't got that $5,000, but guess what? The IUL got the $5,000.
True that.
So it's
especially after 10 years.
Oh yeah. Especially if you begin early. Right. So Marcus, I know you have a beautiful child, okay, and this isn't a problem that you have to deal with, okay, but what are some of your thoughts on this topic itself? Go ahead and unmute. There you go.
Yeah, I got you. But it's sticky. Child support it's a sticky. It's a lot of variables. Depends on everybody's situation different with their significant other. In my opinion, you have to, if you and the mom don't work out, you have to take care of your seed, and she's the mother, so you have to take care of her too. It don't matter how you look at it, fellas. You got, because if she ain't doing good, your seed ain't doing good.
That's
true.
What I mean?
So
that's true.
You kind of forced to, you just got to bite the bullet, get your hustle on and make it happen. But yeah, like Trevor said, I don't have to worry about child support, but it's
So Marcus, did you tell your wife the same thing I told mine, that until the children are at the house, y'all attached at the hip?
Look, and then I can't go nowhere without my daughter and my son flipping. My son, he 4, and he still be tripping. But they get better. But my daughter, she is terrible. She's terrible. So it'll definitely be I think mom will try. She'll hand it to like, take your kids every time we wait. They always asking for you. They always,
look, see, there you go.
They want you right now.
Right.
They see you working. They want
you know what I'm saying?
Now.
So hey, it never stops with the kids. But yeah, as far as child support, man, that'll be the best thing to do. Just because the ball is in her court for real, fellas. Everything is against us. Especially when it comes to that, and then when you get the courts involved, man, just do what you need to do. You know what I mean? Try to, you know, be on good terms with your lady, with the baby's mom, and just, you know,
you made it.
because one thing for sure, 2007, you have to pay that. And the IUL is a great idea, but the only thing I would you have to consider, because now you get the IUL and you still got to handle child support. So if child support already hurting you, it's, you know, it gets sticky. You know what I mean? You really have to take that into consideration. Even though it is great, because you ain't got to worry about if the mom's spiteful, don't want you to see the kids, or you know, don't want to take you know, money from you, or whatever the case. You know, what if you was to open up an IUL for your child, they will be good for sure. She can't access the money, nobody. They will be good. You know that definitely. But you still have to look at your right now, your reality with her, the situation with her and your child. So it's a lot to consider and a lot of things to take into consideration, but it's definitely the IUL is definitely a great idea. You know,
It's also a great idea. It's also a great idea. It's also great too, because, you know, it's a good look for whoever opens it up, you know, because it lets you know that, hey, it's, to me, it's more than just a child support, okay? Because this is my child, all right?
Yeah.
And they'll always be my child. And if I could do something now to secure their future beyond just buying clothes and formula and food, you know, that's a great look for anyone that's doing that, you know, pride in being a father, pride in being a mother, pride in being a parent in general, because it's the gift that keeps on giving, right? Because, you know, you understand that, you know, not everyone thinks about, okay, should I do an IUL or policy my support? And that's because they're not thinking about the future, you know, beyond the 18 years.
Hey, Trevor, we just got a question. Question says,
that's awesome.
yeah, it is. We just got a question. If the courts know that you're putting money away in an IUL, do you think that the judge might make a different call towards the father? That's a heavy question.
So. Yeah,
I believe
so.
Because
judge too, but just looking at reality, just looking at the situation, if you know he's a good man to his kids, you know, he out here, he's trying to do good for himself. I don't think, and they know, you know, they know the situation with you, you know, putting that IUL up. Oh yeah, definitely. I think you won't have to pay little to no child support.
Right.
Once they understand, especially how much money, for instance, just depending on how much you're putting in and how much the potential to earn is,
Yeah.
You know what, man, we might have just peeped some people at some game tonight, man, as far as
they might take
as far as getting to the judge,
because,
bro.
Yeah, because dude, what you could say, look, Your Honor, I'll pay the $500 a month or whatever it is, and I'm putting it in this IUL for my child. And do you know, Your Honor, that by the time my child is 18 years old, they're going to have almost $2 million, okay, available to them, okay, that they can use to buy a house, buy a car, set up their family. Okay, that's a great look for whoever's paying child support. Come on, guys. Go ahead.
That you have control over, though. You know what I'm saying? So mom can't do nothing. So that it's like
right. I don't think you understand. If you open up an IUL for a child at 1 year old, all right, at $200 a month. In 18 years, that child has about $2 million available to them that they can borrow and use. Comprehend that. You know, now you're doing way much more than being a provider for your child. Okay, right? You are being a provider in a bigger sense now, because in the courts will say, you know what, leave him alone. Okay, I wish all y'all would do that.
Right. Man, that's an excellent point, man.
Great question. Great question.
Hey, Patrick. So, brother, let me ask you something, man. You know, you a single father. How did you manage, bro? And you're not doing child support at all, man. So how did you manage to avoid that child support? What were some of the skills that you used? You know, did you make a good choice? Was it always smooth? You know, people still look game, brother.
Okay, so just from my experience, and this is my experience alone, I can't say that this will work for you. Of course, I picked a great mate. I think
Ah,
that I believe that we were great mates, whether that we're together or not. We was great mates. She's a great person. I think that our paths just changed directions, and if Lord fits for it to happen for us to be together again, then of course that'll happen. But it's all about communication. It took a lot of communication, almost a year of hell to get to where I am, where I'm at. Excuse my language on here, but literally, that's exactly what it was. I've had and experienced the things that people talk about as far as not being able to see my daughter when she's young, only being able to come over at a certain time, calling, not getting the phone to ring, answer, and just a whole bunch of bull crap. Just wanting to be in my child's life, but she was angry, and a woman that's scorned and mad about situations, you really got to let them. You got to show them one thing, that you can communicate with them and that you can be patient with them being upset, because they're upset about what the situation is, and being consistent. So I never missed a time when I was supposed to pick her up. I never, when I seen, if I came over and I seen her, like the groceries wasn't looking good or whatever the case may be, the next time when I dropped my daughter off, I was bringing groceries over just so I understood that she was good, and grinding. Of course, it is not going to be easy, but you made a commitment. You decided to go the way where I say go skins. If you decide that you want to do that, you live that life, and this person is not, and you don't marry this person in the beginning, do you understand that you have to definitely um, take up to your responsibility? So I have a little definition about, because I almost went to court as well, because it got to that point. Like, I want to see my daughter. I know you mad, but I still want to be able to see my daughter. So I went up to the court and found out about legitimation. So you have to be
that's a big word,
legitimized.
bro. That's a big word. What that word mean?
So this means, so I'm gonna read a definition for you, right? So if you have a child in wedlock, means you have your child and you're not married to your spouse. If you have a child in that time, you have to go get legitimized through the court, and do that process before they even legitimize you. They're gonna send you through counseling. They're gonna make you see if this is the right choice, if y'all not going to be together or not. So before you even get legitimized and say, hey, y'all not together, this is what's going to happen, they send you to counseling courses, parenting courses, and you have to learn how to be a parent separate from each other. But this is happening in the state of Georgia. You have, as a man, you have no rights to your daughter or your kids. If you have your kid and you're not married, you have no rights. She can take off and not let you see your baby. And they're like, okay, that is what it is. And the only way that you have some type of power, because I needed I needed some type of control over what was going to happen as far as my daughter goes. So I went and did the research, and what it came down to me was, I'm going to go in here and let somebody else that doesn't know me, doesn't know my girl,
Mm,
doesn't know my baby girl, tell me what we supposed to do.
right.
So we going to come back. So what that taught me was, I'm going to come back and I'm gonna talk to my significant other, your significant other, whoever you're dealing with this situation with, because you got to understand, it's not the kid's fault. It's between y'all two. So y'all two have to have the conversation, an adult conversation, and actually spill the beans about as to why you did certain things within the relationship which made y'all split, and why y'all are moving on, and how y'all can grow together and raise this child better. Because what we want to do, and just like how we're trying to break this generational curse as far as finances go, we definitely want to break this generation curse as far as child's living without their parents, child's living without knowing who their father is. The father being in the house, of course, that's the best view. That's what I lived, and that's what I know, and I know how what it does for me. But if I'm not gonna be in the house, you're gonna know who I am. You're gonna know how that I'm gonna come to the house, and you're gonna come to my house, and we're gonna live in a way that, just because something doesn't work out doesn't mean that y'all not family anymore, and y'all don't know how to handle yourself accordingly. And it's our job. It's our job as men
Is
to
legitimate
actually research.
is legitimization in every state or just Georgia?
I can't quote that. I just know in my state of Georgia, it says, and I'll read it to you. Legitimation is the way for a father to claim his legal percentage of the child born out of wedlock. It goes beyond the acknowledgement of paternity. In Georgia, establishing paternity gives the court power to enforce father duties to child support financially, while legitimation gives the child the right to inherit from the father, as well as the right to obtain family medical history on the father's side and the right to place the placement of the home. So this is going to talk about where the child is going to be living at, when he's going to be there. Like we spoke earlier about vacations, you have to notify your significant other when you're going to take them out of the country, if you're going to take them out of the country, if you're going out of the state. And it's a lot of control that you're giving up to the system when you go into the courtroom as far as child support and all of that goes. But if you able to communicate, I know that us as people, you could come to a common ground whereas though y'all can make it happen, because once they get involved, now
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Y'all can't even go back from, you know what I mean? It's already in place. And once you start receiving free money, I don't know about you, but if I was a woman, I start receiving free money just off the basis, because he's gonna pay some money anyways too, on top of child support. You're gonna get money on top of that. So
Patrick, you said two things that I really want to focus on. One, and Marcus mentioned it too. Marcus, so Tanisha got a question for you, Patrick, so you need to check that out. But y'all both mentioned taking care of the mother. That's highly, highly important, because both of y'all made the baby. And just thinking about it, man, if the baby mother, like if you live in large and your child is living with the mother and the mother is in a bad situation, he or she's not gonna be happy with his mother living in a bad situation. So you really should, and both of y'all made the baby, and if part of her being in that condition is from having to take care of this baby, then obviously there should be some care there as well. So I certainly agree with both you and Marcus on that point of making sure that the mother is taken care of, and there should be some reasonable given. At the same time, that has got to be some looking out for us, brothers. Because if I gotta pay child support and you can take off and not let me know, that's a doggone problem. That's a serious problem. If I'm gonna be bound financially, and I'm going to be bound to take care of all of these other things financially, and then you could just be like, well, he pissed me off today, so I'm out. I'm going. I'm finna move to California, bruh. It's got to be some reform.
And fellas, I don't think you guys understand the power and the leverage that this thing creates, because I ran the numbers, okay, on IUL, all right, for a child at 5 years old in Florida, okay, a female, all right, and I did $500 a month, you know. By the time that child is 18, okay, they have earned over $100,000 in cash value, okay, right? The death benefit is well over $1 million, right? If that child continues that policy with the same $500, right, by the time that child is 80 years old, okay, there is over $11 million in a death benefit, all right, and over $9 million in cash value, all tax free. Right? You tell me, if the courts or whomever, right, if they see that, okay, you be Father of the Year. You be Father of the Year, okay? And you're gonna set the new damn trend. You're gonna be like, look, judge, okay, if you allow me to do what I gotta do, okay, as a father, here's what I'm gonna do, all right? Because by the time my son or my daughter is 18 years old, they're gonna have over $100,000 that they can borrow, all right, at less than 1%. You tell me a bank that they're gonna go to anywhere in the world and get that rate in 5 minutes. It ain't happening, okay? They'll have also over $90,000, okay, of money that they can take, right, tax-free to go buy a car, go do whatever, college, whatever the case may be, right? And all they gotta do is just take over that same payment of $500, all right, and set them up now, and now their family is now straight, okay? If my child passes away, right, my grandchildren will get 11 mil and 7 mil tax-free, okay? So it goes beyond just my children, Your Honor, okay? I'm taking care of my grandkids at this point. Tell me about it, okay? That is the power of them IUL, all right? It goes, and fellas, I'm tell you something. If you still speak on your girl and you want her back, okay, open the IUL, look, baby, look, check it out. In 10 years, we're gonna be, we got that bag coming in, all right? Okay, in 10 years, okay, look what little Johnny gonna do for us, right? Guys, you don't understand the IUL, man. It is. I should put it in post on paper and be like, look, if you pay child support, holler at your boy, and I'm gonna hook y'all up. Because any court in the country, like, man, this dude got it going on, okay? Because you can say, Your Honor, I'm gonna do one better. Not only am I gonna take care of my child, okay? I'm gonna take care of my child, my grandchild, right? My daughter-in-law, my husband-in-law, whomever, okay? And it'll be like, how? Check it out, Your Honor. IUL. How does it work? There you go. Okay. So it goes way beyond just support, because now then mama like, damn, I made a bad choice, and then you go. You is smart.
You know, Trevor, that IUL is so special, man. You done made up a new term, husband-in-law. I ain't never heard of that, brother. I have never heard of husband-in-law.
Like, hey.
Did you see my face when you said that? I literally.
I didn't know I said that. I didn't know I said that. It sounded good though, didn't it?
It did, but I don't figure how did I miss this all my life. I didn't even know you had that.
So for all you fathers out there, all you mothers out there that are paying support, even if you're not paying support, okay, this IUL can really give you some leverage and win you back some whatever you may have lost in the process. We all can't be like Patrick and be on good terms and with everybody and get you know, or myself, you know, but if you are someone that's trying to do more than what you're doing, you know, or if you're someone that's trying to get more out of what you're doing, all right, consider an IUL, you know, for that child, and that's a great way now to explain to your child, when they can understand it, how money works, you know, right. And say, look, little Johnny, you know, you're going to be worth, you know, because most people don't know that the death benefit of an insurance policy counts towards your net worth, right? So that child's net worth will be way more than probably yours or the mom's put together by the time the child is 10 years old, because a policy at $500, okay, at 5 years old, okay, starts them off at $500,000 of a death benefit. That means that your 5-year-old kid is worth $500,000 at 5 years old, all right? And by the time they're 18, they're worth well over $1 million. So this IUL is a great opportunity, fathers, for you guys to really get some cool points, you know, and really use it as a way to start talking about money and finances to your child and say, hey, here's why I did, and here's why I did it.
You know, brother. Go ahead, Marcus.
Just think. You said 500. Just think of the guys paying $1,400-$1,500 child support. If they, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm doing numbers. Y'all keep talking. I'm doing numbers.
You know what I mean? Like them large. You know, it's people paying a lot of money in child support. So you know, if they was to put that, not even all of it, just a bulk of it. You know what I mean?
You know,
beneficial.
So, you know, there are two things. So I had a customer, this was what made me think about having this conversation, because I had a customer last week that was paying, he's got 5 children. One just came off child support. And he's paying $214 for that one. And so the first thing he did was call me. The moment he got off, he called me he wanted to put half of that money towards he wanted to put $100 towards the IUL. So I was like, all right, cool. But Trevor, you said you're doing numbers. You know, there's the comedian Earthquake. I don't know if everybody knows who Earthquake is. He's one of the funniest comedians out there.
Yep.
He ended up, so for his baby mama situation, you know, whenever they tell you what you have to pay a month, you can actually, so you can just calculate what it's going to be at the end of that term. So what he did was he just paid the full amount. He ended up paying about $400,000 into that to the mother. Just like we were talking about earlier, she blew through it. She blew through the whole 400,000, and then she wanted to put say that Earthquake wasn't paying child support, when in fact he was. He just satisfied the court order earlier. But I was thinking about this. What if he had put, now, because you know you could do a monthly premium.
Yep.
But you can also do a lump sum benefit on an IUL as well that can jack it up. So in other words, let's say Earthquake had to pay $400,000 in child support. What if Earthquake had taken that $400,000 and put just a lump sum benefit on an IUL? Man, there's no telling what that would have been. And not all of us got $400,000, but some of us, you know, when we get a tax check, we may have 5,000, we may have 10,000, we may have 7,000. At some point in our life, for whatever reason, we get a lump sum benefit. And you don't have to pay a monthly premium if you don't want to. I mean, if you get a tax check that gives you $3,000 or $4,000 and you got a baby and you're not getting along with the baby mama, put $3,000 in an IUL. You don't have to do, I mean, that's a reasonable thing that you can do. That's not, you know, but for people that don't have it. And why are you calculating that?
Now check it out.
Go ahead. You got it?
Now you know, for juvenile, you know, they limit you on the face value, right?
Right.
To $1 million. Okay. So I did my illustration. All right. And at 5 years old, all right, for a child in Florida, a female, 5 years old, $1 million is the death benefit up front. All right. $270 a month is what it is. All right. By the time that child is 18, they will have almost $200,000 in cash value. All right. As well as the cumulative premium. All right. And the death benefit skyrockets up to almost $2 million. Okay. And obviously as you go down, it gets bigger. So and because it's 270, it's because of how the numbers run. So you know how to work. Okay. But come on now, you know, if you're paying $800 a month in child support or $1,000 a month in child support, right? And you can say, look, if I can give you, I'll give you 8, all right? I'll take the other 3 and I'm opening up an IUL, right? And I'm gonna show you what it's gonna do every single month, every single year. And now, guys, you are looking like a hero, a brand new somebody.
Yeah.
And those are the numbers.
And 270 is not bad. I mean, I know people right now wish they was paying 270. And that my client had 5 children, and they was paying $200. Right. Man, my client was paying $1,000 a month out of his check, and he got a wife. Like he got a wife that he take care of, and he was paying $1,000 out of his check for this. Now, granted, he should. I mean, he should be definitely taking care of his children. I'm not saying, and he was willing to, but at the same time, that's a lot of money, brother, coming out of your check. Still trying to maintain your household, and then still trying to do the best. And that brother still had the foresight to put money in the IUL for his family, for his youngest, once he came off for the oldest. So that's phenomenal. Patrick, I got a question, brother. You were mentioning, man, you were on the grind. What were some of the tools that you mentioned that you used, Patrick, to get on the grind? Like, how did you set stuff up? What were you doing?
As far as give me a little bit more of what you asking me. Are you talking about how the mentality that I had to change for myself, or
no? So like what? So I mean, I know when all of it first started, you had a day job, but obviously you found something else, man, that amplified your income.
Mhm.
So what was that amplified your income that's not just setting aside stuff for your daughter, but actually setting aside stuff for you?
Oh yeah, yeah, of course, of course. This fantastic campaign, this fantastic WSB 30 by 30 campaign where we share financial
There's that
literacy.
plug. There's that
And,
plug.
Yes,
and
sir.
you see, I usually got my hat off and I like to look professional. Today
I better get up on
I got
IUL.
recruit
Tell
on
you.
my hat. I got recruit on my hat because what I want to do is change the dynamics of what we know about finances and
Yes.
how we can help this generation change. Because if you don't know, you still sleep, but it is a shift that is going on in the world right now. And what we have to understand is two things that our community and a lot of communities don't really understand. And the first thing is finances, and the second thing is politics.
Yep.
I don't want to get into politics. I'm not going to get into politics because we're here for financial literacy. But this is a major, major, major thing that we must understand in order to play the game right. We are sitting on the sidelines, and I'm glad that we got Trevor here and Isaac Crumpley and Marcus here to help me share with you how important what we doing and how we're trailblazers.
Right.
Understand that we trailblazers.
It's fun. I'm looking in the comments here, and Tanisha said a great point. She's like, this is a great way to turn your child into a millionaire. Okay. And here's
By 32. By 32.
And here's the crazy part, Here's the crazy part. There's gonna be somebody on this call, on this Facebook Live, okay, that's gonna get an IUL for their child that they're paying child support for. Okay. And then they're gonna get salty because their child gonna be a millionaire before they gonna become one, okay? And then guess what? They gonna get one. All right.
Right.
This is how you do it. Okay. You tell me if you're having trouble with your baby mama, if you're having problems with the parents or whoever, all right, and you want to get back on good face, get that IUL and say, look, here's what I'm gonna do as the father of my child. All right. I'm setting my child up, okay, to be better than me financially, okay, and here are the numbers to prove it. Here are the numbers to prove it. So this IUL there's a reason why I call the IUL the royal flush, okay? Because in poker, nothing beats a royal flush, correct? Okay. The only way, if you are sitting at the table with a royal flush and you don't win the damn game, the only reason why you don't win the game is because somebody bluffed you out your hand. That's the only way, okay? And I'm telling you, the IUL, it is the royal flush. Nothing can beat it. Nothing can beat it, okay? I wouldn't be up here at freaking 7 o'clock at night, okay? I ain't ate no damn dinner yet. I'm in a suit halfway, okay? I know, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm halfway, but you know, but anyway, because it's more than just an insurance policy, guys. Okay, the way it's set up is it's genius. It's pimp, as a matter of fact. Let's take a bank account, okay, and put it in an insurance policy. That way,
that's it. That's the perfect way to describe it. A bank account, and an insurance policy.
That's pimp. So that way, it gets all the protection of an insurance policy and all the benefits of a bank account.
And no risk of losing money.
No risk.
Can only be
no risk of losing money.
Say again, Marcus, say again, Marcus.
I said it can only be controlled by the owner.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
For sure. For sure.
For all y'all out there sleeping on the night, wake up. Wake up. It's the best thing since me.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Indeed. That's our Trevor right there.
So any questions out there? Anybody got any questions for us?
Yeah, I was about to say it's about time for the open it up, man. Anybody got any questions? Just unmute your line or type the questions in the chat box. Hola. Did somebody just come on? I hear somebody.
Yeah, I don't hear him though.
I think that's Patrick's background.
Mm.
No, I thought I heard somebody click on. Like they were trying, like how they cut the mic off, but okay.
Well, since there's no questions, we'll just keep on going then.
Yeah. So, man, let me ask you about this. I have another situation. Since we're talking about child support, how do y'all think this is fair? I have another situation, another barbershop conversation, another good guy. Again, we ain't talking about no deadbeats on here because deadbeats don't really qualify for this conversation. But I got another friend of mine, gets off of work every day. So he's living what I told my wife I would do if she would ever leave me. He's literally living that. They didn't get together. They've got 2 children together. When he gets off of work, boom, he's at the house. They're doing homework together. They're saying grace together over the food. They watch a little TV, and then he leaves and goes home. She still put him on child support. And it's not like he's not active. It's not like he's not going to football games, baseball games, basketball games. It's not like he don't give her a break and say, all right, go and do what you got to do with your friends. I got the boys for the weekend. That joker is still on child support. I'm like, why would you put this man who clearly is active in his child's life and his children's life? And he's paying. It's not like he broke out. He's there every day. He's just not with you. Why would you put this man on child support? I still think an IUL will be a perfect situation for him, but this is the situation I feel like with the.
I'm going back and forth for.
That's the background.
That's the background. So somebody needs to mute that line. But I still think that's somebody that shouldn't be on child support. I think that's somebody where he and his wife, he and his significant other, the child's mother, should be talking about setting up an IUL or setting up some other type of instrument to help the children outside of making him waste his money because he's there every day.
Yeah, and again, it all goes back to what can you do to show the courts that, because I mean, and how many times do people that are forced to pay child support know it ain't going towards the child? Okay, and what can they do? Nothing, right? Like how you said, the child coming in looking like a bum, right? And the mom looking like she just got snatched at Dr. Kerr's, right?
Wig tight, weave tight, everything, dressed looking good. She been at the gym looking all fine, making you want to come back to it.
Eyebrows on fleek.
Right.
Everything.
Right.
Looking good.
Talking about, damn girl, what was that when I was dating you, right? So it's a great way. It's a great way for you to bring some leverage back to your side, okay? Yeah. And say, look, Your Honor. I don't know the laws, all right, and I ain't trying to say I know the law, okay, but I do know about getting back your self-worth and dignity as a father, right? Because if for anyone out there that cannot see their child, okay, that may not have to pay child support, okay, rest assured that mom may be saying something about you that you don't even know about, right? And when you meet that child at age 18 or age 20 or whatnot, he'll say, well, mama said you was gone and you took off and you were with so and so. You're like, look, Johnny, here's what I was doing, okay? For 18 years, I'll bring that back for you, son, all right? So, and now I'm gonna turn it over to you, right? So it's more than just a way to grow your money and make money. It's a great way to gain back some of that leverage and some of that respect that you may have lost because you and mom was at odds.
Angela I want to make this clear. We were talking earlier about taking this IUL to the courts. And while I still think this is a good idea to do, we want to be clear. Fathers and Finances want to be clear. This is not legal advice. We are not. Look. We are not lawyers, so we want to be clear on that.
Barbershop talk.
But straight as barbershop talk up here. But listen.
What we saying? Trevor said.
We not telling you legally that this is what you should do. However, it cannot hurt to tell a judge that I got a policy that by the time my daughter's 18 is gonna make her worth $1 million.
Right.
You can't. There's nothing wrong with that. I can't see where that would hurt. Oh, for real? You got a policy to make your daughter a millionaire by the time she's 18?
I want one.
Okay, it may help, but I'm not telling you as legal advice. That's what you should do, or you're gonna win the case against your baby mama or your baby dad, whatever you're trying to do. We're not giving you that as legal advice, saying that if you do that, this outcome, you're gonna have the desired outcome that you want. So I want to be very clear about that. Thank you, Angela, for having your brothers back out here. We certainly appreciate it. That's why we got a good group of financial partners. You know, you got to choose a good wife and then a good financial partners. Angela's out there looking for our back while we out here acting a fool and talking and acting crazy. Angela's like, let me reel these jokers in real quick and make sure they don't get us in trouble and get us sued over here. There'll be a grand opening and grand closing in a week's time. So
but if you do want to know about the power of IUL, you know, reach out to one of us. Reach out to one of us.
Definitely.
We're glad to share with you.
Right. And just a quick little story. Just fellas, y'all just protect yourself. And of course, taking that route, you would be essentially doing just that. But and just to give y'all with this example, like everything is really against us as men. Period. Me and my wife married when I had both of my kids. My son first, my daughter. But my daughter, we in the hospital. We married. So when my daughter was first born, I was in the hospital and stuff with my wife, and she was being, we had to change her. It was time for her to be changed. Bathed. Tell me why I had to get. I'm her husband. We're married right at this moment. I had to get permission from my wife to wash my baby. Like, don't try to make me look like so I can't wash my baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's against everything is against us. And from that moment, everything is against us. I don't care. Everything. Like, we married. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Yep. And I literally had to get permission so it's everything in the woman's favor as far as dealing with kids. So be smart, fellas, and protect yourself, really.
Right. Well, like we said in the very beginning, man, making a good choice is a significant thing. Not to get too specific and not to start a whole nother conversation, but you got to have more than just lust on your mind, brother, when that happens. I mean, to quote BBD, don't trust a big button to smile. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta put more into it. Yeah. Boy, you a fool, man. Man, we don't want to get sensitive beforehand, brother. Come on. But anyway, that being said, man, you got to make a good choice. And Patrick was wise enough, like he said, to make not just a good choice, even though they didn't make it, she has enough common sense to know what she's trying to do, what he's trying to do as far as taking care of the baby is concerned. So at least if you're doing that, man, that's y'all got to have some type of equal footing when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? So you want to.
And another great point, my friend Dan just mentioned, he's like, plus the money can be pulled out tax-free, opposed to an IRA or
yes, teach on that IRA, that versus IRA, yeah.
Right, because there are some parents that do open up Roths for their kids, or not Roths, but IRAs for their kids or whatever. This is a better option because of the tax-free aspect of it. So there's a lot of value when it comes to the IUL that makes it so versatile in its use, because again, you can't really look at it like an insurance policy because that's not how it operates. Okay, right. It's governed that way, okay, just to protect it, but it really is bank account, and so yeah, there is a difference in a Roth and an IUL, a big difference.
And just to add to what you were saying, for you married men that's out there, your situation is totally different from a person that's in my situation. You have a lot more rights to your children than you know that you have. And if you do the research, it's not saying that you won't pay child support, but the more that you're involved and more that you can prove to the courts that you have a suitable home for your children to be in, and where you pick up, if y'all live in the same place, y'all may level out and there won't be child support. They will say there's no need for child support because the father's in the life, the mother's in the life. Now, I have friends that has 5 kids. 5 different baby mamas, has custody of all 5 of his kids because he provides a better home than the mothers can, and he
Miracles
wants the
never
kids.
cease.
But that's a unicorn.
That's a unicorn.
I tell you about a unicorn because there is possibilities of that happening, and that's what I would say on that situation. But IULs are the way to go. I got one for my daughter. I have one for myself. I put it on, and I'm gonna put it on my dog if I can as well. And
Not gonna work.
I know it ain't gonna work. That's so funny.
I ain't gonna work, bro.
Hey, but the way that this vehicle works is phenomenal. Like when I first seen it, I always say, why not? There's so many get rich scheme things that are out there, and they tell you something good. But when you see the facts and you look at the numbers that's there, why not? Not why would you? Why wouldn't you?
Right.
It's like breathing air, drinking water. Why wouldn't you do it?
Me and family did a policy this week on a client, and she was so impressed with the policy that she said, look, as soon as I get done with mine, I want to do it for my son, and he's already 18. Okay, and because she saw the power in the IUL, and the son wasn't even somebody that I thought we're going to do a policy on, but she's like, you know what, this is just too good not to do it in his for him too, because he's so young. And it's funny, the son policy was approved and mailed out, first before hers was, right?
He's 18 and healthy.
Yeah, he got a long time, and he's paying. I think he's paying like $126 a month, bro.
And the thing on that, when they're young and healthy, they can get approved like that, man. At 18, the cost of insurance is still low.
Yeah.
Me and you, Trevor, old dogs, bro. The cost of insurance is high, brother. We didn't see a lot of battles, but at 18, it ain't nothing.
Wanna know why it's high? Look at me, dog. I'm not here to cover. All right, this ain't cheap, bro. This ain't cheap.
And listen, and before we get out of here, well, he does. He does look like money. But before we get out of here, man, one thing I gotta remember: we were talking about child support and provision. I don't know how I forgot this altogether. When you're providing college, a lot of people use 529s to plan for college and save for college. But that has to be reported as income, which reduces the amount of financial aid that you get, that your children can get.
You don't know that.
And IUL does not get reported as income.
Royal flush
Does not get reported as income. So we're sitting there talking about child support. We're at the end of this thing. I don't know how that slipped my mind, but
stop looking at the IUL as an insurance policy, guys. You got to get up on this game, man. I mean, as I can tell you, there's so many. Oh my God, there's so many things. And here's the thing: when you pay child support, the mother doesn't report that as income, but you report as income lost.
Yep. And there's no accounting. Remember, man, there's no account. Like they know he gets paid on the 5th, 15th, whatever. There's an accounting for you. There is no accounting for her. When she receives that money, she's received it, and you don't know what's going on with that, man. So it's just, if you want to make sure that your child is properly taken care of, the future, that is. And that was the point of this topic tonight, providing a more substantial future. Then you got to take it, whether you're male or female, take it into your own hands.
Yeah.
Take it into your own hands and do it yourself. Male or female, take it into your own hands.
Yeah. So again, guys, another great topic tonight. I'm really happy that we had this one, because I think it opened a lot of people's eyes, not just on the IUL again, but more so, how the options of how you can use it and benefit from it is so wide, and we're the ones. Understand this, guys. We're the ones, me, Patrick, Marcus, and Isaac, we're the ones sitting together and say, okay, what can we talk about next about, that people can really benefit from, and bring it back to a IUL standpoint, because we're thinking for you guys, okay? And because you don't know, right? And so we want to educate you and teach you, so you know what your options are, so that you can do the best that you can, not only in your life, but also your children's life and your family's life as well. So, when you have a vehicle that is so versatile, there's so many things that you can do with it. And the IUL is one of those things. And me, Patrick, Isaac, and Marcus, we're gonna find out as many ways as we can, okay, to benefit from this damn thing, because it's too great not to. It's too great not to. And the way it's set up, it's like they're begging you to do it. Begging you to do it. So again, if you want to know more information about it, IUL, hit us up. Myself, Isaac, Patrick, or Marcus. I was told by Tanisha, our wonderful, I call it our producer. We got a new YouTube thing going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, make sure we announce that.
Well, I just did. So I mean, so where Tanisha at? Is she off?
I'm right here.
Tanisha, why don't you go ahead and plug that, girl? Plug that.
So I officially started the Fathers of Finance on YouTube. So there will be a channel if anyone actually misses this and they miss it live. You can sit there and watch it on YouTube, and just all you have to do is just type in Fathers of Finance and you'll find it. And
That's
I
my
look
girl,
forward to sitting there and
Tanisha.
seeing everyone there.
Cool.
Awesome.
I got
And
you guys. So
in the future, and again, we some old, well, Marcus and Patrick, they're young, but me and
Yeah.
Trevor, we old. So
I ain't old.
we're gonna have our social media up and all that type of stuff to make sure that you can get in contact with us. We're actually gonna have the Fathers and Finances website. And if you wanted to learn more, not just about the IUL, but
Yeah.
you know, Patrick mentioned this campaign. He mentioned about making some extra money. Listen, all of us are in this campaign. All of us, you know, had day jobs and were doing other things. I was already in the industry, but this campaign focusing on the people get scared because they don't understand something. But when you educate people about finances and how to make money, then it becomes less scary, and they want to go out and educate other people. And that's what we're doing. We're giving away free classes. Listen, there's nothing, you don't pay any money for these courses. I want to be very transparent.
FREE.
Free classes on how to build assets, how to get rid of debt, how to invest. Like, they're literally free classes
Every day.
Every day.
Every day. A new topic. Every day.
On how to take the debts that you have, reduce them, and put them in money making and asset building vehicles. One of the heads of this group, Mr. Lisa McRae, she always talks about how she had $16,000 worth of debt, and how under 6 months she had gotten rid of that and started building asset and wealth. I mean, if you want, and that's a free course. That ain't, you don't pay for that. We're giving away that for free. So if the Lisa is sitting out, if the Lisa can learn how to get rid of $16,000 in under 6 months and then start building wealth for her family, like Patrick said, why not? Patrick said it best. Why not?
I say we end on that. Tanisha, we good, girl?
hey, say your goodbyes. Like I'm about
All
to
right.
end
Until
Facebook
next
Live.
weekend, guys. Again, Tuesday at 6:30. We'll see y'all.
Awesome.
See y'all later. Okay. So good show. Good show. It's a wrap.
See y'all later. See y'all later.